everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel, guys. Welcome to Girls for STEM. I'm so happy to have you, everybody. Thank you for coming, guys. And I just wanted to say that we are here to encourage girls pursue STEM here. We are here to acknowledge other scientists who have navigated this sector, and we're here to also encourage the girls to encourage the girls to pursue STEM, and also to expose them to the endeavors, the technology, so that they can have a good feel of technology. So thank you so much, guys, for coming. And today I've got very exciting guests, guys. And yeah, so let's start. I'm going to bring in Nam. Hi, Nam. How are you?
Christian, I'm good. How are you?
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much, Nam, for coming to my show. I really do appreciate. I know you guys are very busy all the time. If it's not work, if it's some projects, things like that. So I'm really privileged for you, to see you here on my show. So
I'm
again, this is a platform where we encourage girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, because there are very few women in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we're also here to showcase other engineers, other scientists, other technologists that are pursuing this career. The reason is to encourage the young ones so that they can see in real life that there are other engineers who are pursuing. And one of the things that I get asked is, like, especially for men, they're like, "Oh, Kirsten, you're saying girls for STEM, but I'm not a girl." So I tell them, no, we need men, we need boys as well. The only thing is because there are few women in engineering, and particularly I was mentored by men in my career, so we need them. So today I have Nam. Nam, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hey everyone. I'm Nam Patel. I'm from currently I'm in California. I'm a mechanical validation engineer at a biotech company. We are doing a lot of research on med devices and kind of combination product. Before that, me and Kristen used to work together at a grad school in a research lab. We were
Yes.
doing some cool stuff in a 3D printing. Kristen guided me a lot in that. Before that, in India, I was a process engineer for a small company. I was doing designing and all. And a little bit about my educational background. I had a MSc Manufacturing Systems Engineering degree, and from Cal State Northridge. And before that, I had a mechanical degree from India. So I'm kind of like I started in mechanical, and you can see I ended up in biotech. So I went from cars to drugs. So as
Yes.
Chris said, I like as you can get it, like STEM is a very big field, and I never imagined that I'll be here. So I'm doing that I've never imagined that I'm gonna do, and I really like it. So yeah, it's a really good field, and thank you so much, Christian, to giving me this opportunity to share
Wow.
this
Yeah.
and giving me this platform to help someone who can understand what a STEM is. And you're doing a great job. I really appreciate that, and you're helping a lot of people. So
Wow.
thank you so
Wow.
much.
Thank you so much, Nam. I really do appreciate that word. Thank you so much. Yes, I've worked with Nam. He was doing his graduate degree there. And very, very committed person in terms of career and STEM. And that's why I wanted to bring you here to come and share with us how you navigated STEM. So I'll start with this, Nam. How did you get into STEM? The question is, I would like to understand how STEM kids can navigate how to enter into STEM. So when you were growing up, let's go back. I don't know if you can remember, maybe 4 or 5 years back in India. So
Thank
share with my viewers what happened. Okay, are your parents in STEM or how did it happen?
Oh, that's a crazy story. None of my parents graduated high school.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So all of my brothers,
Yes,
all of my uncles and all, they were never like good at school. And I was always passionate about like playing with things. I had a lot of remote control cars, and I
yes,
always thought that I'm gonna end up in a good automobile company. And
yes,
I always told my dad like, Dad, I want to do something with cars. And he's like,
yes,
Yeah, became an engineer, and you'll do something. I'm like, But how? I don't know how to do it. And he's like, Yeah, first you become the engineer, you'll find out. So like after graduating the high school, I did score really good, and I got admission in a in engineering school back in India in mechanical engineering because I was kind of good in all the physics, all the
yes.
thermals and all.
Mhm.
So I was always passionate about like all the working things. I was always
Yes,
curious about like how this thing happens, how this thing is working. So that's how I ended up in like mechanical engineering.
yes.
So that's like I was always curious about like machines and most probably all the cars. So
Hmm.
that's how I ended up in like engineering. But I was growing up, I didn't know that all of the things are related to engineering and all of the things are related to STEM. But
Yes,
that I found out in my undergrad. So as soon as I started my undergrad, I understood that mechanical or engineering is just not cars. There is like a thousand things under
there's a
engineering.
thousand things of
There's
engineers that.
thousand things. And as I started learning, I developed my interest in designing. You know that I was a
Yes,
designing guy in the
you
research.
were the best. Oh my God, in designing, you were excellent. I learned a lot from you.
And that's too much, but I knew a little bit of designing. So
Not a little bit, Nam.
it's you're a good friend. So I was curious about designing, and I was like, after my undergrad, I'm like, this much is like I did know something about engineering and designing, but then I understood there's like aerospace, there is a biotech, there is a 3D printing, which is newly evolving. Back in India, there was not a big thing when I graduated. So I thought it's like I need to step up. Only engineering cannot just help me, like only undergrad cannot help me to expose what I'm trying to do.
Yes,
So that's how I got into like that's how I came here and meet you guys. So
yes, yes,
that's
yes.
how it happened. So I think the reason I ended up doing STEM was all the curiosity
Hmm.
and all the things I used to do and all the small things you notice in everything.
Yes,
Because always you always you see something, you try to find out the reason that how it's working and how it's designed. So that small thing and always a curious side of yours always
yes.
helps you to like get to know more. And as far as I know, everything is related to STEM.
Wow. And you know, it's very interesting when you talk about when you were young, you were curious. I always want to tell my viewers that when you see the kids are very curious, they're asking questions about things. Um, Back home where I come from, mostly when kids are asking about something, you asking too much, and then when you ask them away, get out of here, you're asking too much. But we have to understand that that's the point where we can tell that this kid is definitely interested in pursuing STEM,
Yeah.
or actually reasoning at a point where they want to find out what's happening, how is this made of. Because I also see you hear you saying that you're asking your dad, how is this made, and then your dad says if you do engineering, right? He
Yeah.
said if you do engineering, you'll be able to
To
understand.
understand how it's going on.
So, do you think this is the moment where it sparked to you that I really need to do engineering? For example, if your dad never said that, what do you think?
Yeah, that's kind of the reason how I ended up being an engineer.
Yes,
I would like yeah, I completely give credit to my dad and my family, who always understood that I wanted to study, but I don't know what to study.
Yes.
And they understood that I'm a kind of curious about how things work and all. So there was, as you said, there was the changing point, or that was the designing point and like deciding point where like I decided and my family understood that I can be engineer.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that
And
was kind of,
from that point, you just kept on going. And did
yeah.
you see any engineers around you or doctors, or it's just now you could see that there are other engineers out there?
Um. So I'm from India. There are a lot of doctors in like my friend and family group.
Yes.
Um. So there were like not a lot of doctors around me. A lot of my cousins went to like grad school,
Yes.
but they ended up doing their own business or joining their father's business and something like that.
Yeah.
And all of my a few of my friends went out of India pursuing like this other masters or PhD degrees.
Yes.
But there were a bunch of people who like I grew up with. They ended up in a STEM degree.
Wow. And we have a perception that Indians are very smart, you know.
we can say that we are like 1.3 billion of us. So
I think that's the ratio would say
and
that
that it's a
that
number game.
yeah, it's a number game. Again, guys, this is Nam. He's an engineer. He works for medical. It's drugs, right?
Yeah,
Drugs.
it's a biotech company. So
Mm-hmm.
company creates all these cool devices where you don't need the doctors. So it's called the biotech. We're working on a combination products where you just put the product on your body
Yes.
and it injects the drug. The company name is Amgen,
Yes.
and I think Joseph might be here, so Joseph can share a lot of things about it. Me and Joseph both work together.
Yes, yes. I think he's coming on my show very soon. Wow. That's very interesting story, Nam, that you are giving us. So now, can you share with us any challenges that you faced from the time you started your engineering up to where you are here? You know, especially in terms of trying to pursue engineering, like classes, things like that. Any challenges or people around something? Have you had any challenges?
I would say challenges that I had was I can remember only one thing when I came here for my grad school.
Yes.
Back in India, education system is kindly like a little bit different from here. And when I came here, I didn't I didn't expected like this big of a switch where you have to cope up, where you have to like speed up and catch up with everything that's going around you.
Yes. And you had to learn English as well, right?
I was speaking English back in India fine, but English was like where I come from. My English is my third language, not even second language. So it was kind of a little switch, a little you have to keep up kind of a thing when I came here. Um, but luckily I met a lot of good people. One of them is you,
Yes.
Joseph, Mo, Hoshang, and yeah, it was like when you come from different country and try to be here, and it's a really good thing. I think that period of time, I think that one semester, I understood that I have a lot of potential, but I
Yes.
was not using it. So I think the first semester when I joined the season, there were a lot of things going on together. I was working at like I was volunteering at the research. I was looking for a part-time
Correct.
job. I
Yes,
was
I remember.
I was working with Dr. Chang, and they were like I was taking 4 classes. So it was kind of a very pressurized situation. But I think everyone should be there. Everyone should understand that kind of that pressurized situation where you go and understand how much you can do. I thought I can just be in a like a mechanical engineer, and I'm just gonna live with that tag. But when I came here, I understood that I can work under pressure. I can do a lot of good things. So
You
I
know,
don't.
now I really like, sorry to cut you short. I really like when you say you understand in STEM, that's where you can understand yourself and know that you have got so much potential that you can unleash. It gives you these skills that make you start understanding things that you can do. Even if you're not in STEM, you are actually capable of doing so many things. But
Yeah.
STEM makes you realize that when you look around, you're like, I can fix that. I think I can do this. Your brain just start. I don't know if it's me or you
No,
guys experience.
that is also one good thing, and I would like to share that in the STEM, when you come and join this kind of this kind of programs, there are all smart people around you.
Yes,
They're
yes,
all good brains. So you always learn from your company.
yes,
So when everyone like in the room, all of their like genius mind,
mhm,
your mind will work really good because
yes.
you're getting a really good inspiration. So I think like going into like a grad school, meeting you guys,
Mhm.
it kind of made me more smarter. So
And it's like a challenge, and you want to learn. I learned from you a lot. I learned how you think, how you process things. You know, it's good to be a team player, to be around smart people. And sometimes you think you're not smart, but there's something about you that people want
yeah,
to learn from you, right?
yes.
So, that's why, STEM, it's just a marvel, I think, to be in.
I always push my cousins, all of my like friends who is now in the high school,
Yes,
um, always push them to at least go because we can understand how smart they are, how curious they are.
yeah,
So I always tell them like if you really want to do the such things, go into STEM, do anything, computer, mechanical, whatever they like. Go
yes.
into STEM, challenge yourself.
Hmm.
Because in the STEM you challenge yourself and bring out the good out of you.
Yes.
So I
Wow.
always I always tell people, and I hope everybody gets successful. So and I
Yes.
really I really appreciate that you are doing this and helping lots and lots of people around the world.
Yeah,
So
please let's share. Please share in India, share everywhere, guys. We need to reach as many people because this is a very good career. It's a lucrative career. It's a career that changes your community, it changes your environment, it changes a lot of things, and it's not that difficult the way people have put it that
it,
you have to
yeah,
be this genius to pursue science, technology,
you will
engineering,
become
mathematics.
you'll become genius if you go in there. It's kind of a thing. You don't need a lot of skills, but you will learn a lot of skills.
Exactly. Wow. Now that's very interesting, and I'm so glad to for you to be here, and I'm sure my viewers are. So the other question is: now you and me come from a developing country, and we are here in United States, me and you, and not even here in United States, there are parts of United States that are not privileged as we are maybe here in California. So what would you say to a girl growing up or a boy growing up? How can they pursue science, technology, engineering? Could you speak to them?
I'll just say try and hustle. You'll make it.
I like that
If
has
you if you decide something, if you want to be there, it's like especially in this country where you get a lot of help. I know it's a big amount of help that you have to pay after your career when you start your career in
Yes,
this. But I would say if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about going into STEM, you should do it. It's a really good idea. I thought I'm gonna end up in a really crappy job back in India, but I'm doing the job that I like, and I'm not kidding. I really love my job, and it's a really good career. There's like now I can see there are like now I'm at that point that I understand there is not a one thing that I can do in a biomedical technology or biomedical companies. There's
yes.
like thousand more things.
Mm-hmm.
You step up, you step into something, and there's like a thousand doors. You step into one door, there's thousand doors. So STEM is kind of a really really big thing. So whoever wants to do it, don't be shy. Don't think twice. Just do it. It's gonna be fun, and you learn a lot of things.
Wow. Yes, you learn a lot of things. There are so many things in STEM, and also just different careers. For example, Nam is into medical. How do you call it? Medical drugs or
I think it's called biotech.
biotech, and I'm in aerospace. So, there are just so many fields. And remember, you also mentioned that earlier on you were interested in cars.
I was always interested in automobiles.
My dream was to work for Mercedes Benz.
Oh, but are you kidding
That
me?
was
I
my
always wanted to work for Mercedes. I always wanted to work for. Still, I like. Still today, I have a dream that I'll go and work in Mercedes F1 team, design that fast car, and work around it. That's still a dream.
Yeah. Wow. So we think about certain things, and then when we grow up or we start going to our careers, we like, let me stay in aerospace. And we're going to hear more, guys, when Joseph comes. We always talk, me and him, we're very controversial about which which career to go in. So it's interesting, guys, when you are in STEM, there are so many things that you can do. There are so many careers, but when you enter into it, that's when you realize, wow, there are thousands and
There's
thousands of
thousand and thousand things.
that you can do. Now, thank you so much, and I hope you can come again.
I
Um,
really wish I can come again. Please invite me.
Please, we will invite you. Would like to hear more and more about STEM and what you're doing. I really appreciate. So I'm going to bring